Michelle Fixit, otherwise known as Michelle Fixit. Today is June 11th, 2023. I am cruising and making my way to Be More. And I was weighing out the pros and cons of starting a video because I just kind of get lost in thought because like this is my super quiet, like kittens are asleep moment. And then like this like supermoto GMC Sierra with dollar bill as its tag just like cruises up, and he's got rank on his window. I can't catch back up to him. I'm gonna have to wait for Mr. Oh man, he's gonna turn. He's gonna go down Laboratory Road, U.S. Naval Research Lab. But like guys, he's gotta have Superfly. I think he's got Superfly. I don't know. It's been like so long. Oh my goodness. So he's like supermoto. He's got like rank. He's got like whatever battalion or something he's attached to. It's like black truck, dollar bill on the tag. Like that's my kind of guy. Like we would be great friends. I don't even know who he is. I don't know how old he is or she is because like it could be a woman. Like I saw that truck and I was like, man, I got to do something. And it's stuff like that. Like it just makes me happy. It just makes me giggle because like that guy or gal or me or I still haven't gone over that stuff with you guys. Like they're living their best life, and like I love that. It's like we're living our best life. I'm in the Transformer, and like she's got a Transformer little logo thing. And like here's another moto guy. Hi moto guy. Moto guy is a Marine. He's got regular Virginia tags. He's got like baby and car. Maybe it's the lady. I like the baby and cars on the other side, and like they've got tinted out things. They're in Tacoma, like dark gray Tacoma, and like I love that. Like I don't know, there's like a familiar thing there. It's like, hey, you've probably been all over the place, just like me. Like people get stuck in their hometown their whole entire life, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But like when I meet someone that's like traveled all over the place, like that's my kind of person. And even the hometown people, they're my kind of people because then they can tell me all these cool stories. Like I just like everyone. Like whether they've been in the same place, they were born and raised like 5 miles down the road, and then they got their own little piece of dirt, like their piece of dirt's rented, or their piece of dirt is owned, or like they have a mortgage on it. It doesn't matter to me. Like I don't care. But I do care because everyone's got some stories, and like I'm just sitting here cruising around, staring at cars and trucks and SUVs and like creating my own little thing. Like who do we have here? Like there's something on the tag that's very important to them, and it's like 1913 Delta Cigna something, and like and look at her, she's fabulous. That lady, or she's fabulous. She's got some big claws on her nails, and like rawr, and like her hair is really bobbing, and like if it's a wig or a weave or whatever, like that's her. But if it's her natural hair and she has so much dedication, like lovely woman, because like you're beautiful, and I can see you had eyelash extensions, and like I have eyelash extensions, and for some reason, like if we adorn ourselves with different things to make ourselves feel like really cool and stuff, like there's a problem with that because then we're artificially inflated. No, she's making her outside match her inside. Like that's it. And like if you don't have a attractive outside and you have a beautiful inside, then like I love that. And if you've got a great looking outside and a really crappy inside, and now I gotta pay attention to my little mapping thing because it's small, because I'm recording and I don't have 2 phones going right now because one of them's almost dead. Like let the people do what they want to do. As long as it's not intruding or infringing on someone else's stuff, like let them do them. Don't shove your stuff down their throat. That's not nice. Nobody wants, like, how would you feel if like some racist person came up and was like, hey, gavacadas. Like that's their stupidity, and it's showing all over the place. Like I know I'm probably gonna get blasted. But like sometimes when I read stuff in the paper, which is why I stay out of the news, I super duper stay out of the news. I stay out of politics, I stay out of the news, I stay out of so many things because I can deep dive and like lose so much time over some stupid stuff. It's like, oh yeah, they were perfectly justified, like going over to Target and like tearing stuff apart because like how dare they have like a tuck thing. And I'm sitting here like, you do realize that there's like strategic marketing that's like subtle and like in your face or like both. And like, if you can go into a Target and get all grumpy over like bathing suits, like I had this very long debate with someone who has completely polar opposite viewpoints than I do, because I'm like a go with the flow as long as your flow isn't like causing a flood in your neighbor's yard, because like I don't like that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'll do like more vehicle references and more house references. And I'm so sorry, minivans. I gotta break up your minivan caravan thing. I'm just squeezed in between a Sienna and a, I don't know what you are, but you look like a Sienna, or you could be like the Honda one. And like Mr. BMW guy, like you totally cut off Miss Minivan or Mr. Minivan. That wasn't nice. Anyways, back to my point. I did into this whole long debate with someone because I stay out of the news, and it just happened to pop up on my little, somehow my phone doesn't have like my prearranged searchy stuff on it anymore. It's like whatever's, it's got like little arrows going up. So I think that's like trending news stuff. And I'm trying to give you guys eye contact, but I'm really driving, and so like I need my sunglasses on because otherwise my head's going to hurt. But anyways, so it had something like, I don't know, it was like a weird article where it said Target, and then it had something about like people being angry that Target, how dare they like try to, you know, support rights of transgender people or something. And it was like they had pictures of the little tags, and the little tags said that like, hey, you can tuck your stuff if you need a tuck. And like, there's nothing wrong with tucking your stuff, because everybody wants to get all mad because the article, from the way it was written, which, you know, I don't agree with the way that some stuff is like being politicized, because I did follow journalism for a while and like have to learn a lot about it, like formally as a formal education course. And so that kind of stuff like super duper makes me mad, because it was very suggestively written to be angry. And I don't like it. Journalism used to be, and at least whenever we had to take the course on it, it was supposed to be the ultimate neutrality, and like that's totally not what's going on right now. And I get times changed and everything, but like you can make someone be all paranoid or like all nice by the way and the words that you choose. And like if you're a newspaper person or an article or a journalist or whatever, and you're supposed to be just delivering factual information, I have a huge problem when you're trying to bias your audience, because that was not the thing that we had to do when we were taking a journalism course. Anyways, I can go on so many soapboxes, it's ridiculous. But anyways, the way that this was written was in a very grumpy way of like, look at this tag and their tuckability, and like this is so bad because this is a public store. Now, nowhere in the thing did it say like, hey, if you don't like the tuckability thing, you should probably like, I don't know, boycott the store. But what they did talk about was how people were going in there and they were like tearing up the stuff and the models and knocking stuff over. And hello guys, is that not destruction of property? Like, when did that become okay? If you're going to get mad, because I'm assuming by the way that this was written that they're trying to generalize it to like Caucasian racist insert ism stuff, like, and you guys just don't know that like I'm really against the isms. But I actually have like philosophical and justice-based arguments in my head or with people all the time, because I actually am in a unique position where I am from the Deep South, so I know a lot of people that have the isms, and they're family or friends, and I have to like very strategically try to help them not to have the isms anymore, because they're so biased that they believe that because culturally that's how they are raised, even though we were both raised in the same culture and I do not share their beliefs. Oh no, somebody's trying to call me. Oh, it's on this one. Hold on, guys. Oh, it's, I don't know who you are. But yeah, so, you know, it's all this argumentative, like, oh, I was raised this way, or blah, 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 let my ism show. And it's like, okay, the way that I see it, and I will get back to the original point, the way that I see it is all the isms live together. If you are a racist person, then you are very likely going to be a sexist person. If you are a sexist person, you are very likely to be a racist person. If you are grumpy with people because of their sexual orientation, and whether you decide for them that like that's either their choice or it's like a mental disorder or whatever categorization that you want to have to justify your ism towards them, even though it doesn't have ism in it, it is the same mindset. if you can be angry about someone's color of their skin that they can't do anything about other than like darken themselves or lighten themselves with cosmetic procedures, but then you also get all grumpy about cosmetic procedures, but then you also really like to eyeball people that have had cosmetic procedures because you don't understand they've had cosmetic procedures. Like, it's all stupid to me. It's so stupid. Even Charlie, right now, Baby Hulk is getting very angry because he was asleep and he's like, Mommy is mad. Anyways, so the article was written clearly about some ism people doing things that they shouldn't be doing in a Target store because they were so upset about people and their tucking and all this other stuff. And like, that's a no-brainer for me, because here's the thing, at the end of the day, the most important things in my life, or people in my life, because I have a lot of things that I care way too much about, because it's like all or nothing for me, and you know, Asperger's and all this other stuff, neurospicy stuff, explain it, blame it, whatever you want to, I don't care. But here's the thing, is as a mother, and as someone that has had children in her care, because I've had multiple different businesses, and now I'm trying to like see my little 2.9 mile turn thing, because I want to make sure that I'm still going to Baltimore like I'm supposed to be. I am angry. I'm not triggered. I'm not offended. I'm angry. I'm angry that none of the people that wrote the article, that did the stupid stuff in the store, that are mad about grown-up issues, are sitting there putting themselves into a position of, let's say, a little teenage boy that is upset because his parents may or may not like his lifestyle choices that he may or may not choose. Insert whatever little narrative you want to on this poor child, because he's a child. Let's say he's a child, or let's say that he is not a child and he is finally like over the age of 18. And we're saying he because like genetically, and you know, he has dangly bits. He was born with extra stuff, okay? And so he has stuff on the outside, but that doesn't match with how he feels on the inside. And if he could get rid of his dangly bits, he would, in a heartbeat, okay? But because of legal stuff, money stuff, whatever, insert thing, he's stuck with his body the way that it is. And maybe, just maybe, he's trying to get more comfortable with himself and his body and his lifestyle stuff and everything else in the midst of whatever other things are going on, because he's just very stressed out and confused about everything and is accepted or not accepted or whatever. And he walks into a Target, which is a bigger box store, okay, by design. And he sees this one little tag. And you know what? Maybe today was the day that he was going to go get a bottle of things that would have made it where he was making a permanent decision on a temporary problem. And you need to keep pace, because little ears may end up hearing this stuff one day, and that's why I'm very choosy with my word choices. But let's say he's got a temporary problem that's emotional and difficult and scary, and he doesn't have any resources available to him. And yes, I'm looking at my map because I want to make sure that even though I don't know, I am supposed to be that one. I'm navigation challenge, guys. So he's making a permanent, he could have been about to make a permanent decision on a temporary problem because he didn't have any support, or maybe he had such limited support, or he didn't know what to do, or he was overly religious and he was upset because he thought that this was an affront to God. But insert whatever thing you want to. But instead, because he sees that tag, he's like, you know what? I'm going to buy this bathing suit, because in this bathing suit, I can at least pretend to be who I want to be and who I would choose to be if I could make that decision and I had the money, willpower, insert whatever thing. And now you've changed that young person or old person, you know, because there are people that I have known that, like, it is blatantly obvious to me that they are over here, but because of their cultural whatever things, they think they have to be here. And they spend their whole entire life being miserable over here because they don't think that anyone would accept them over here, and they don't think they'd accept themselves over here, and all of these different things. So, you know, let's talk about that one isolated person that might be able to have their life substantially impacted. And, you know, they keep it in their closet, literally, or hidden under their bed, literally, and they take that bathing suit out and they get to prance around in their room and feel great. Or they get to go to the beach for the first time far away and get treated the way that they want to. And it helps them feel better. What harm is that doing to anyone except for the people that are so full of the isms that they want to make sure that they throw their stuff, their beliefs, on somebody else? But they get so personally taken aback because they get angry that those people, as in the people that want the bathing suit with the stuff, are getting mad and saying, hey, we have rights and we want our rights out there. So then it becomes this whole big battle of they can't have their isms. Okay, well, don't steal Charlie's blanket. I'll turn the air conditioner down. Oh. But basically, you have one group that's getting angry about another group. And then you have another group that's getting angry about the other group. And it's like, where does this end? This is so stupid. We have grown-ups acting like dum-dums. And we have all the children watching. And so then the children can't do any of the stuff that they need to do, and they don't feel accepted because all the grown-ups are fighting, and then the children pay the ultimate price. And that's the part that makes me mad, because I can sit there and I can argue positively or negatively for most different things, and the one thing that I won't argue is the ism stuff, and that's because it's ridiculous. And then somebody, I told somebody about that that article, and they're like, oh well, then people are getting mad because like Target, the thing the article didn't mention is because, and this is why I don't research this stuff, because there's too many things and people can tell me all these things, and like there's no benefit for me as a person right now with this stuff other than be like, that's stupid. But they're like, well then, Target makes money, and then Target like supports these groups that like don't have Christian values and blah 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 blue, and it's like, okay, how dare Target as a multi-whatever dollar company use their funds, and like as a Target Circle person, like they have like a little point thing, and you can make votes on like where money goes for certain things, like from small stuff to bigger stuff. Like I think that's a good business model, honestly. I mean, Target does cost a little bit more because you are paying for like the value of a cleaner, nicer experience, and because they actually pay attention to stuff, and they have like color choices and all this other stuff. But here's the thing: is like you're just grumpy because that group of people is different than your group of people, and you're trying to make a bigger deal about this stuff because you're such a pig-headed stupid person. But then I'm not sitting here saying like beating the drum of like LGBTQ insert all the letters stuff, which is why I made up my own little thing about all of that, and at some point I'll be settled enough to like talk about it because I just have too many things going on. But like I'm not saying that the L people and all the rest of the letters and stuff, that they're not just as grumpy and special about stuff as the ism people. You guys are both doing the same thing, just in different areas, because it's ridiculous to me that you can sit here and expect complete inclusivity from all the ism people, but then be an ism person to the people that don't understand your stuff. Instead of being like tap 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 on the head, like, I'm sorry you don't understand, let me try to like become more human to you so that maybe I can like make it where you are more inclusive than you are because of your culture or whatever thing. Even though I'm sitting here trying to shove my culture and my things at you, which makes you feel like you're being violated, which makes me feel like I'm being violated because you're being grumpy to me. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't. And it gets to the point where people that are in the middle, they just don't know what to say because things have to be politically correct, they have to be PC. So then you have like people that just like hug and hold on to their messed up little isms because blah. But then you end up having the other people that are like, oh, I'm like so anti-isms, and I'm like screaming blah 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 with my whatever stuff, and I'm shoving that down people's throats, and so I'm gonna be like the complete extreme of that. So then you have extremes over here, you have extremes over there. I'm very distracted by like a very colorful trailblazer that was a regular trailblazer, but you have extremes on both sides, and then the middle people are just like, oh geez, I don't know what happened, but like for some reason because this like curve has changed or this spectrum has changed, now I am supposed to be an ism person too. And like literally I have, multicultural, multiracial, biracial, whatever people in my family, and like my child is, pansexual, and like now I'm being claimed as like an ism person, and it doesn't make any sense because like, logically it's like, no, I'm straight, but like, female body's nice, and like aesthetically it's way better. Oh, now it's easy to wake up. But like, aesthetically, female population aesthetically looks way better than like, okay, well now she's awake. But like the male population functionality, that's good, but like aesthetically, and I'm just saying, like somebody could say I'm an ism, and people could get mad because they're like, wait a second, you're married. You've been married like 3 times. Like, yeah, I was married to an atheist, a pagan, now a Catholic. But like, a lot of things are very fluid and Spectre me. That's all I gotta say. Because now he's awake. Bye.